one church town, there's a gold dirt road to a whole lot of nothing. Got a deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country. We pray for rain and thank Him when it's falling. Gets it brings a grain and a little bit of money. We put it back in the plate. I guess that's why they call it God's country. I saw the light in the sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shot with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a been down Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. Turn the dirt and work and settle Winston. We take a break and break bread all sunny, then do it all again, cause we're proud to be from God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on a muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of the been found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. God's country. What kind of pine wood box I end up in? When it's my time, lay me 6 feet deep in God's country. Yeah! I saw the light in the sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shot with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a been found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. Yeah, I saw the light in the sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shot with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a been found Dixie whistle in the that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. God's country.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Second Amendment Ranch. As always, I'm Cameron. Carl, and Wally enjoyed himself so much last week, he just had to come back on. But he brought a new segment for the day. Just today, talked on the ride home, and we have a little treat. So make sure you stick around to see what's going to happen today.
And a big shout out to State of Mind for letting us use their videos.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We love your music, and I hope all of y'all like it as well.
Check them out on YouTube.
So what do we start with today, gentlemen? Should we make fun of mainstream media a little bit?
Go for it.
Let's make fun of the mainstream media a little bit. So y'all know my process. I come in, unless y'all give me something, a lot of this stuff is found up pretty impromptu, quickly before the show. And we just let the chaos happen from there. But now, and y'all know how I feel about researching this stuff. It always, well, the mass strain of gun violence is they're not doing anything. Well, we didn't have a lot of gun violence for a couple months there. It was real quiet on that side. Why y'all coming back just now when you're trying to push gun control again? Oh, how do we stop a country that loves guns so much from having gun violence? You mind your own business and you arm the people. And everybody say hi to my dad.
Hey, Larry, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going, Larry?
For those of y'all that remember, I used to do a show called It's 1700 Somewhere with a friend of mine called Athen. And unfortunately, with how the network went, I had to separate and go my own way. Well, good old dad there, if you remember the show, he was a huge fan. And he wants me doing something like that again. And if you remember, that was a bunch of uncontrollable chaos. It was manic. It was stories that nobody wants to hear, but for some reason, y'all stuck around. So I am looking at bringing that back, but we're looking for a new show name for it. So if you have any ideas and want to give us some recommendations, you're more than welcome to either text me, call me, the Discord link, or if you're here right now watching the show and you do remember, you can always post it in the comments below.
Right.
But that weirdness is coming back.
Oh, yeah. He's been itching.
And I'm thinking Wally here is going to be a good part of that.
He has a very similar sense of humor with us, so when we start getting these stories going, it's going to be bad. And we haven't done anything like that in a year now.
Yeah.
So we're going to be coming back hot and heavy. And Carl actually brought another recommendation to me. He, with some of the newer viewers that are coming in, new to owning guns, you're new to cleaning your firearms. He's wanting to do a segment here and there with breaking down several different types of firearms and how to clean them. I did manage to find my other webcam. So possibly next week or the following week, we're going to do a gun cleaning special. And if you have guns that I don't have, you've got something weird, by all means, come be a guest and show us how to clean that.
Right.
And I fully agree with that. There's
you
go
got
wrong with disassembling and assembling a firearm.
Well,
Hey, your
not only
dad
that-
likes that idea. I got Dad's approval.
Yeah,
We're good to go. Dad's approval.
I'm going to call out a group of gun owners real quick. Hey, AK-47 owners, when's the last time you cleaned your gun?
Never.
How you doing, Stephanie?
Hello, Stephanie.
I'm doing all right today. I got whipped like a slave today at work, and I'm not talking about emotionally. No, I had an air hose pop off a 300 psi system and slap the out of my wrist.
You'll be fine. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Huh? All right, I got something for you to suck up.
Hey, you know what's funny? I'm here at the restaurant. It's a little slow, but we do have a celebrity in here. See if I can turn the camera. The gentleman over there with the white hair
Yeah,
and the
Santa
beard.
Claus.
That's Rodney Norman. That's a professional comedian.
Really?
Soon as he leaves here, he's heading to Utah and California to do some shows.
Good to see you, Rodney. I hope you enjoy his restaurant.
And tomorrow
He works hard.
night, he will be here doing a free show at BB's Down Home Cooking.
I think we can get a StreamYard up in time.
I think so.
I think that can happen.
Yeah, you probably
here.
find it on just on the Bill of Rights Network, maybe, in Second Amendment Ranch.
All right, I have a challenge before we get to this segment. And this will give y'all a hint for what we're doing tonight. How many rounds of shotgun ammo is in my pockets right now? Let's see who gets the accurate number. So take your guesses, place your bets. Hey, Nick.
Nicholas Jordan.
This is a gentleman I met at the gas station on my way home. Good to see
Oh,
you,
awesome.
buddy.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, I
Nicholas.
heard you talking
Welcome
to my
to
buddy
the
over
Second
here.
Amendment Ranch.
So, for those of y'all watching, take a guess how many rounds of shotgun ammo I'm sitting on right now. Let's get this show rolling. How the U.S. fails to take away guns from domestic abusers. Excuse me? I don't know about many states. I haven't done too much research into all the. I've covered some of the states' laws and stuff like that, but it wasn't anything specific along that lines. Here in the state of Texas, if you have ever been charged with domestic abuse, you are no longer allowed to carry a gun ever. You're a felon. It's one of those offenses that you can no longer own a firearm. And it's asked and looked at when you get a background check. For a lot of people, and especially so again, 2019, 2020, there was a 2 million jump in gun sales. 2 million people bought more guns, and we went from 3 million to 5 million across those 2 years, roughly. And a lot of them are starting to learn. Joshua, 12 gauge, buddy, 12 gauge. 600. I don't have 650 rounds of shotgun ammo at my house. I don't think.
I beg to differ. I do.
I don't, but I do have a lot of other ammos. So you are, I mean, good at you for coming up strong, buddy. I said in my pockets. We're talking 12 gauge. This fat bastard.
See, he's got at least one.
Yeah, there you go. There's a hand. At least one. Smart ass. But the mainstream media loves pushing out their agenda and what they're going after, everything like that. And they're saying, oh, domestic abusers can get guns and they have guns. No. By law, they cannot have guns. And if the matter of the fact is they're not confiscating the firearms that they have, that's on the ATF. That's on the local police, the sheriff's department. He's been charged. He's a domestic abuser. He cannot legally own, buy, or utilize a firearm. And I agree with that judgment. If you're beating people in your house, if you have
don't deserve anything.
the
Right.
next step up from beating somebody is killing somebody. It ain't that big of a jump. So why you want to put out this false narrative saying, oh, they can own guns? No, by definition, they can't. And for those of y'all that are just now learning about background checks for fire, oh, you can get a gun at a Walmart. That doesn't mean you don't go through a background check process. Some states it might take.
Oh, we just
What?
got kicked off Twitch. I'll see what I can do here.
Well, we used music. Remember?
Yeah.
Nah.
We didn't get kicked off the Born TV.
Which is kind of disappointing, for the fact of the matter is Twitch is where I get all our trolls.
Yeah.
Twitch is where the annoying people come out to play. And I love to play. So Twitch, stop playing around, man. That's where I get all the clout. That's where we start making fun of people heavily. Like, I was counting on a troll. It's been a while since we've had somebody come through on Twitch.
Get it. Okay. I went to view it. As soon as I viewed it on Twitch, it went back on.
Well, good. Because
The Twitchers are out there.
Yep. Because we haven't had a troll come through in at least a month.
It wasn't a troll, but we did have one come in on another show
Yeah,
that we took care of.
We definitely took care of that one.
Oh yes.
But I got a good question for you on the topic you're on. Okay, you're talking about people that domestic violence, robbing the convenience store, stuff like that. They shouldn't be able to get a gun. Well, now, if you live in New York City, right, you can go rob a convenience store and you're not going to be charged.
As long as it's under 900. No, that's California.
No.
that's California.
That's California.
The new DA put out and showed videos. This man walks into a convenience store, holds him up at gunpoint, and walks out. And he goes, I will not charge him because nobody was harmed in that robbery.
I'm definitely glad I had a beer sitting here ready for this, because I definitely need one after hearing that shit show.
But that New York district attorney is going to be turning everybody loose. He put out a better
Not
one.
only that, he's going to be turning everybody against him.
Right. Okay,
And if we
in
need any
Texas,
kind
where you're at,
Yeah.
Wally, where are you at?
North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. If you get police officer comes up to you to arrest you and you take off running, that's resisting arrest,
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
right? You will be arrested in all three of our states,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That district attorney up there and said no charges will be filed for anybody resisting arrest
What?
Yeah, this was on Newsmax. They were showing him swearing in and comments he had made about these instances.
So for those of y'all that don't remember, there have been several civil wars, and there is currently civil unrest in Australia.
I will, Joshua. I'll get a banjo out. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I don't think he remember. Now, New York is more of a blue state. It's more of the liberal Democratic.
Yes, I can
They
agree.
they are not the brightest when it comes to laws. But that dude is going to piss What's next? Hey, as long as you don't break into somebody's home and injure somebody, you can walk off with all their property?
I bet you see that.
Because one thing I was curious, I seen a video on TikTok about squatters' laws and rights. In my mind, squatters ain't got no law or no rights. You're in my home. And I was curious, what's Texas' view on this? 10 years. They got to be in the property for 10 years. So you're telling me this dude's got to be hiding in my house for 10 years without me finding him? Good luck. I'm a homebody. I'm going to hear you flush a toilet. The dog's going to lose their mind. And I'm not calling 911. I'm calling 811. For those of you that don't know, 811 is who you call when you need to dig a hole. But you're illegally trespassing on somebody's property. You're in there. And that's all it takes for somebody in the state of Texas. It's as simple as you come across that threshold, you're going back across that threshold like the Pope. You gonna be nothing but holy. And nomine patri et filii spiritus sancti. Go with God, because I ain't gonna deal with you. And no, Joshua Michael, the funny part is I haven't seen too much about anything on the mainstream media about Australia, even including Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, anything. Nobody's wanting to cover this. The places that I'm seeing a lot of this crap is TikTok.
Yep.
Of all places, TikTok's reporting more actual news than the mainstream media because they want to keep this quiet, because the more people that know about Australia coming against the politicians, I mean, we already had an insurrection, or as Joe Biden called it, as Carl was so nice to inform me, an erection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were standing up. Something's getting a little stiff.
But this DA Bragg up there, I'm going to put something up on the screen to show you. Okay, I know I need to enlarge that, but I will read it. Bragg also announced his decision not to prosecute certain crimes, including marijuana, misdemeanors, fare evasion, resisting arrest, and prostitution, unless they are part of a larger complaint and includes at least one felony account.
I can agree with the marijuana. Marijuana is becoming more
resisting arrest.
No,
I can agree with that marijuana, but
I can too.
You're gonna get shot, tased, pepper sprayed. You're getting something you resist.
That means you're gonna get pulled over. Everybody's gonna take off in car.
Yeah, I mean, if
I don't get to watch car chases on YouTube no more.
What happened to the show Cops?
Yeah.
It's gonna come back. That's what's gonna happen, because the state of New York is gonna be the head. Like, I love covering Florida man stories, but
you may have to cover New York man stories.
New York man ran with his pants around his ankles, resisted arrest, and didn't get charged. What?
Right.
Yeah, crap like that's going to become very common. And I would do the same thing if I'm resisting arrest and I get into my house. I just got out of a speeding ticket. He's already said he's not going to prosecute me for resisting arrest. So why not just drive home, open the garage, run out real quick, close the garage as he's trying to run into my home, slam the door in his face. At that
or
point,
go down to the local liquor store and go, well, I need some money. Walk in, rob it, go out. As long as you didn't shoot nobody, didn't harm nobody, he said he would not prosecute you. That is messed up.
Yeah, Josh, they like to say an insurrection and an uprising won't ever happen in America. There's too many tanks. There's this dude on TikTok that's going around. And he's like, you don't have a gun on you all the time. you know, what are you going to do with tanks rolling around in your house? Well, actually, tanks are really easy to disable. Humvees are really easy to steal. They can't use bomb armament against their own people because it would take too long to recreate the infrastructure. So they're going to use ground troops. And there are 11 point something million veterans in America and only 1 point something million enlisted at this point in time. You really think 1 point something million is going to go against something 11 times greater than that and win?
And then you
That
got
we have better
Collins.
weapons.
And oh yeah, and my favorite thing he's ever said, you don't have a gun on you all the time. I would never have a gun at my desk. I don't need a gun on me right now. I'm in my home. I don't sleep with a gun next to my nightstand. No, I don't have a gun on me 23.997 out
He
of...
don't sleep one with under his pillow.
No,
Not at all.
there's not a large portion of Americans that are armed all the freaking time. That's impossible. Man. Oh, shit, what are you? They just sneak up on me. They like me that much. Two out of three is not bad. Carl's at work. He can't have anything nice. And I
can, but I have customers in here, so
yeah, it would be frowned upon. But the funny part is, at my job, I can, and it's encouraged for me to carry, because we do work in kind of a shifty area of work or of the neighborhood. So, I mean, there may or may not be something that goes bang either on me or in my truck or in my back. I'm just saying, and there may or may not be one in the owner's desk, and yeah, no, I don't know that.
And there probably may not be one in the office and underneath this bar.
No,
here.
We're not armed 23.997.
And I just want to say, then you got all the, the veterans. But how many stupid rednecks are out there that are like me that's going to try to sneak the tank?
No, they're not stupid.
Yeah, don't use the word stupid.
That's one thing. Rednecks are the most ingenuitive monster God had created. I swear,
I'm one of them.
There's a group of rednecks in hell that have already found a way to make alcohol in hell.
Right.
That there is no doubt in my mind, no matter where we go, there's rednecks heaven, rednecks hell. That group up there is where I'm going because they found a way to make moonshine. They have fermented clouds, whereas down in hell they've got fermented demon heads. These guys can
already fermented everywhere.
These guys can make anything and everything work, function, or run. It may look ridiculous. It may not be the safest, but these guys can. So here's a quote I learned back in middle school. We, the willing, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We've done so much for so long with so little, we are now considered to be able to do anything with nothing. That's a redneck. That these guys have been sitting in trucks shooting deers illegally since they were 3.
No.
These guys can they can shoot a quarter off a fence at a half mile easy.
Mile and a half.
Yeah.
We heard a story about that.
Yeah, we heard a story, but we also met the conflictions there.
Yeah.
But these guys have been shooting deer since they were 3, drinking alcohol since they were 6, and making the tractor run since they were 9.
Yep.
They can do whatever the hell they need to do. And they don't, and the scarier part is there's a lot of those guys that go into the military. Oh, really? God. No. I'm blue collared.
Yeah,
no.
You know what was fun in the military? Because you got to remember, I was in military hell before you was born.
Yep.
But anyway, your M16 has this nice little deal like this with one in the center.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people aimed off the side ones?
Not the rednecks.
No. I get down there and go bam, 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 expert in rifle. And they go, okay, do tracer rounds. Why do tracer rounds go that way and go that way. They aimed off the wings.
Hi, Bobby. Thanks for joining the chaos tonight. Glad you can make it.
Yep.
No, but that's the even worst part. The majority of veterans are coming from the southern states: Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, sometimes Carolinas, Tennessee. A lot of these good old boys or these veterans are from the South. So not
Or
only
Midwest.
or Midwest, not only are they capable of whatever the hell you need them to do, the military themselves train them. So and don't get me wrong, there's still a good portion. So out of that million something enlisted veterans, that dot something percent, like 0.7%, or not 0.7 of that million are kind of not the brightest bunch. They're not the rednecks. So you've got maybe 700,000 enlisted going against 12 million veterans. Because I've included those good old boys from the South that enlisted are not going to shoot their mom and dad, brothers and sisters, friends, aunts, uncles. These boys were raised on family. And they're going to side with the side that is going to keep providing alcohol for them and deer meat. So this is a very quickly losing battle. Let's not forget the 353 million registered hunters in America. So 353 million, 11 million veterans, and we are going to include those veterans. So we're looking at about 360 million armed people against 1 million military.
We're gonna make sure Jeanette's doing the pitch.
By my calculations, this F around and find out is going to be real quick.
Well, then you also got to establish, homeland. We know the land better than they do.
Yeah, you're really going to tell me you're going to go onto this dude's property that he's lived on, his dad lived on, and his granddad lived on generations, and you're going to go and confiscate their guns. That's funny. That dude's in a tree stand behind his property, and he's going to find out who's wearing back plates the fun way.
Yeah.
That back looks a little thin. I was right. And and the best part about it, he's gonna have a chalkboard because a whiteboard's gonna stand out too much.
No, he's just gonna have his knife on him and carve in the tree.
Yeah, because they always got a knife on him.
Oh, he's just going to be in his bulletproof tree stand. What are you talking about?
Mine's actually downstairs with my keys right now. I can't believe I forgot that. Wow, I'm slipping today.
I've got plenty of everything. Well, 12 gauge I need some more of. 308 I need some more.
Did anybody guess how many shells you had in your pocket?
Nope, nobody
We had
else
one
guessed.
guess so far.
He's got his hand in his pocket right now, so.
Yep. How many shotgun rounds are in my pocket?
And those ain't shells he's rattling either.
I've got some funny sounding testicles.
Well, we said steel balls.
What's the limerick? There once was a man from Madras whose balls were made of fine brass, and in stormy weather they'd both clang together and sparks would fly out of his ass.
Somebody please guess the shotgun shells. Please.
We got
a bit of 8.
We got closer. We're closer to where we're supposed to be. Good guess, Josh. Good guess.
Keep them coming.
So we know it's not 8. We know it's
5.
at least 1, and we know it's no.
5. Better go up.
Yeah, go up.
But the main it's gonna be everywhere today. I'm just warning y'all right now. I didn't find a lot of articles because I wanted tonight to be fun and entertaining. I've had a great week. I got a pay raise with my promotion finally. And I had ordered 2 25-pound plates and a curl bar to see, I'm not going to be able to curl 90 pounds plus a bar yet. So the plates came in today, and I've got a bench press, and I've been playing around with 135 pounds. I haven't been able to work out accurately over 3 years. I've been laid up for most of that time. I threw the 225s on, put me up to 185 pounds, laid down. I'm like, we going to see if I can still do it. Threw up 3 reps. Cold. Straight from home, put them up. Did 3 reps of 185 pounds. So I can at least still throw somebody close to 200 pounds around.
Josh, you're still too low.
Still too low.
Add them together.
3,
You'll
4,
be closer.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
And there's a reason why I'm asking this question. This
You got
actually,
big pockets, folks.
once we get to this answer, we'll be able to do the skit me and Wally were planning on doing. So the sooner you guess that, the sooner you get to see what's in store for today. But the mainstream media likes to push their narrative and play these stupid games and hide the fact that there's an insurrection in a foreign country. Because let's not forget, we had an erection when we stormed the Capitol, and they're pissed about that. No, I said that on purpose because somebody else decides to.
Yeah.
We're talking about somebody that where, if you know the song from Eminem, come here, little kitty, on my lap. Guess who's back with a brand new rap? That one.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Eminem, and you should know that song. We're talking about the walking embodiment of that rap. And it's not Michael Jackson because he's not here anymore. Too soon.
No, just the right amount of time.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed with Betty White, man. She was going to play with Legos, but there's that trend going around. If 2022 turns around better, Betty White is, you're so close, Josh.
You're freaking close, Josh.
You're so close. He wants to get this segment. He's like, what are they planning? But they're saying if 2022 turns out good, Betty White is the new Messiah. She died for our sins. And she lived life up until the day she passed, man. She was
We were just talking about that the other day with her. She lived one of the greatest lives, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
She did not stop until
Age
it
was
was her time.
Age was nothing but a number to that woman, and I'm pretty sure she may or may not have been able to screw Ryan Reynolds.
You seen our oldest World War II survivor passed away this week.
112.
12.
I was gonna say 114. Yeah, I seen that one.
112.
Josh, Josh, you've been guessing left and right. You get one more guess. You get that's it. That's not the answer. You son of a. Well, shit.
Did he get it?
Yeah, he got it. I was trying to say you get one more guess because somebody else has to interact.
He had. Look at all these guys. He was going to get it no matter what.
I have 13 rounds of shotgun ammo in my pocket right now.
All 12 gauge.
All 12 gauge. And that's only 3 rounds better than this magazine. This is a 12 gauge. This is 12 gauge, but this is what a 12 gauge magazine looks like, by the way. But we have a little skit me and Wally do.
Okay.
So we brought some toys to play with today. Don't worry that there's a reason. Carl did.
I'm here.
There's a reason why we did that. That magazine fits in this gun. This is a Typhoon F12 magazine-fed, semi-automatic, side-charging handle shotgun. On my way home from work, Wally was playing with one of his and racked it. I wonder whose sounds better. And I started thinking, we can do a skit on that. I'm going to get my shotguns. He can get his shotguns. And we're going to leave it up to the viewers. Who has the best sounding shotgun? because we do have several to play with and show you today. This is just one of them. I don't like the sound as much of this one compared to some of the other ones. So we want y'all to listen nice and close. And we're going to talk about our guns a little bit. We'll kind of run you through them, talk about the benefits of them. We'll kind of explain why we got them. And at the end of it, we'll give you a good, nice little test. And you, the viewers, get to determine who has the better sounding shotgun. I'm just saying. I figured it'd be entertaining and it would make y'all interact a lot more.
Yes.
So I thought this would be a very interesting skit to do. And it shows you some of the different types of shotguns, layouts, bodies that you can get, and some of the requirements for owning some of them. So I'll start first. How many you said you had, Wally? 3?
Yeah, I have 3. I have 2 shotguns and 1 rifle.
All right. So the rifle's not going to be very good for the sound. You're more than welcome to talk about it and the benefits of it. I've got 4. So I've kind of got a little heads up on Wally.
Yeah.
But
and give me a year or so. I'll be back to where I was before.
But you, the viewers, it's not about quality or quantity. It's about quality. Who has the better sounding shotgun? So back again, this is the Typhoon F12 shotgun. You can actually find this very easy by looking up the Typhoon F12. Runs about 850 MSRP. No, we're not selling guns here. We make that clear. Facebook, YouTube, we are not selling guns. We are talking about them. Runs about $850 to $934. It does come with different types of stocks. I went with the basic one to keep it as cheap as possible, and I really didn't like the quality of this, or didn't mind the quality of this stock. It's a fairly decent, rugged stock. One thing I do not like about this shotgun is the spring is still accessible a little bit through the chambers itself, but with how rugged the frame is, I'm not really worried about it getting too damaged, more just gummed up, dirtied up, stuff like that. So kind of your maintenance side of this, it's not too hard. It's got 2 screws that you pop out, and the whole shroud just slides right off. The reason I wanted to get this shotgun, it's a mag-fed, semi-automatic, side-charging shotgun. I think that explains it for itself. It is the perfect example for a home intruder of fool around and find out one after another, after another, after another. That's why I wanted this shotgun. It does also have a cap, a rubber cap to go over the side charging handle if you want to kind of extend it a little bit, but it just slides on and off. There's no real securing it, so I just left it off. And I like the looks. It's real bulk. The slide-on cap's real bulky. It's not that comfortable. It just gives you a little more to grab. But with just slap and slide, you're still going to hook it every single time. But for your sound test, and we can run through them all again at the end of the discussions. Listen nice and close. So there's my first submission. Wally, you're up.
All right, so we're going to start out with one of my favorites. I've had this for a few years now. And I want to first apologize for my low quality camera. It will be replaced here and probably hopefully next time I come on this show. But this is a Remington Versa Max. This is one of the ever first shotguns I have bought as a semi-automatic. I have done some work to it. I have the extended tube. I can hold up to about 14 to 15 rounds of 2 3/4. Maintenance on it, very easy. There is a locking nut. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because of the camera quality, but it is right here. All you do is you take a nice pair of pliers with a rag.
You shouldn't have to get a pair of pliers.
This one you have to because of the fact of that tube. You can't get the full grip around it to be able to turn it.
Okay.
So I have this set up. This one is mainly set up for my competition because I do a lot of skeet shooting, trap shooting. So therefore, I went as easy as I could. I replaced the action in it to make it easier to slide back, so it's a little more quieter. That was one of the downsides. You really don't hear that
Distinct
rack.
rack.
That distinct rack of a 12 gauge that you like to hear. But for my submission,
And honestly, this is like an ASMR video for you guys. I didn't even think about that. For all of y'all that watch and really love guns, shotgun racking is one of the sexiest sounds man has ever been able to create.
yes. So without further ado, here is my submission of my first 12 gauge.
Not bad, not bad.
Not
All right.
bad. I like that.
This was my very first gun. This has a lot of sentimental value to me. It's my parents actually bought it for me when I want to say, Dad, if you're still here, it was 16. We used to shoot skeet and trap when I went to a church camp. And I love shotguns. My brother had a pistol, and it's a very affordable gun. The MSRP is usually around $300 to $400 on this one. Real reliable gun. I mean, my mom left this son of a bitch in the attic for over 3 years. It was rusted, little bit of degrease, a lot of elbow grease, and it fired right back up. It is a rugged gun, real easy to clean. You pop off the retention cap just like Wally has, finger tight, slide the barrel off, and it's cleaning from there. It's a real easy gun to deal with. It is a perfect starter gun depending on your size and stature. Again, they do have 20 and 410 gauge as well for this gun. So if you're a smaller person, I highly recommend this. And unfortunately, Joshua, Carl's at work, so he can't play this game today. I have had this gun for almost 14 years now. And it has taken everything I can throw at it. So here's your little quieter than the Typhoon F12, but it's that distinct shotgun racking. So there's my second submission for tonight's segment. All right, Wally. Let's see. I know you can beat that one, but it's going to be hard to beat the next two.
Yeah, I know, and them next two shouldn't even count because I have nothing to compare.
Yeah,
because I don't have any more.
If we were going to do that, I'd just ran those two and still come out on top.
Yeah.
But that comes down to you and me talking. Again, this is for the viewers to decide.
All right, so this next one, just like Cameron, this has a lot of sentimental value to me. My grandfather and we got into duck hunting, and we did not want to have to take our, $1,200, $1,300 shotguns out and get them covered in mud and get dirty. I mean, when you're duck hunting, you're in a swamp or you're off in the muck somewhere. Guns get dropped. Stuff happens when you're out duck hunting, I have to say. So we went to our local gun shop and we found a nice Hatfield. Hatfields are pretty reliable. I only had one issue with this one, and that is because me and my buddies decided we wanted to go out and see what this thing could actually do. This thing can chamber. I gotta double check the chamber size if I can see it. So this can hold up to a 3-inch shell. So we decided, let's see how well it would do rapid firing a fully loaded tube and see what happens. Well, the stock, or the hand grip, decided it wanted to crack. And inside of one of the mechanisms, what caused that to crack is it actually shattered. Other than that, for a $250 gun. Not that bad. It is a semi-automatic. You having fun over there, Cameron? So, all in all, I called the company back and told them what was going on. They told me email them pictures of everything that is broke. They made everything right. They sent me new parts. They said if I need any help putting it together or explaining, they had a customer service line that is certified in gun repair. If you were comfortable of doing it, or if you knew just how to do it, you can go ahead and do it. Or if you still weren't comfortable after the phone call of doing it, they will pay an actual dealer to fix it for you. And it renewed the whole warranty on the whole gun. It comes with a year warranty manufacturer. So if anything ever happens, they're going to work with you.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The VES for Veterans Evaluation Services decided to call me last night at 8 o'clock as I'm going to bed to do the same thing they just did. Hey, you have this appointment. Yada, 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 yada. To confirm your appointment, press 1. Goodbye. You couldn't have just started with that and left me the hell alone? Fuckers. Ah, crap. There's my one for the show.
Good job.
Crap, it wasn't even worth it. No.
So, and then with the servicing, let's let Cameron get his little hissy fit out.
We get one F-bomb a show, man. We get one a show to keep it PG-13. And these jackasses stole it. I don't know how to react to that. It's gone.
Oh, poor
It's gone.
Cameron.
It's gone. It's why? Jackasses.
And you got an hour and 13 minutes left.
That's so much time. A better opportunity could have come up.
Anyway, Wally's going to.
So the servicing, very easy. Just like honestly, out of all the shotguns I've serviced, most of them, you're gonna start by taking off the tensioner, and I mean this one is just butter loose. It comes right off. No matter what you do, it comes right off. But all in all, for a $250 shotgun, you're on a tight. You're on a tight budget.
And honestly, with shotguns, it's an overall good starter gun because it gets you used to a lot of recoil.
Yes.
They usually come out cheaper than other guns. You can find a real reliable shotgun for just a couple $100. Whereas you want a real reliable pistol, you're spending $500 minimum. Hell, I've got a pistol that was $1,700. But you want something that's good for overall usage and purpose. A shotgun, again, I say a lot on this show, there's no such thing as an all-purpose gun. But there are multi-purpose guns. And the shotgun is a great example of one. You can use them for hunting. And it's not just limited to duck. You can put a slug in a shotgun and go deer hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You can do big game with a shotgun just as easy as birds. Then you've got
here, my Remington, I honestly use for deer. I have a rifle for deer, but I like the way this thing shoots, and it honestly I can hit a deer at 150 yards away with a slug.
All right.
Yeah.
It just hit me. So that's what's wrong with this show. So Carl, do you see a problem with our guest?
Yeah, he's
lacking a specific fancy about him.
Don't know what it could be.
I don't know. Wally, you gotta grow a beard.
Hey man, I had a 90-day review at my work.
Fair enough.
So I decided I was gonna take it as professional as possible.
All right. Well, now
I shaved.
Your review's done. Grow a beard.
I had one last show.
I know.
Yeah,
that's,
you did.
That's why it clicked with me. Last show I remember seeing
It was
some
like
stuff,
something's different.
and someth's off. What are we? Because I've been pushing to get some veteran beard product sponsors, and it's a little hard with one of our people doesn't have.
I am sorry, but I think work comes first.
It does. It does.
If I don't have work, that means I don't have more money. And you know what? It was worth it. I got, just as you got, another pay raise this week. So it was full on worth it.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you know any small business or veteran businesses, by all means, we are looking for sponsors. If they are looking to sponsor somebody, let us know. But on that note, veteran business and small businesses need all the support they can get. And I am more than happy to give any shout out for any of them, free of charge, no expectations. Some of the best work I've ever had done have come from veteran and small business.
Yes, for
So
sure.
And
please.
that's one reason why you see me up here a lot in a restaurant. This is a veteran-owned restaurant.
So by all means, if you know anybody or you have friends with a
See
hobby
the flag
looking,
right up there.
if you have any friends, family, associates that have their own business, I know we don't have a huge viewership, but we're more than willing to give them a hand.
Yep.
All right, Wally, let's hear that thing.
And this is my submission, my final.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Ooh,
So
not
another reason Wally finds this, other than the fact that I have more than he does, but my next two submissions are some real squirrely shit.
Yes.
This is a perfectly legal, no tax stamp Mossberg Shorty shotgun.
What's the barrel length?
18 inches on the nose.
Okay, it's legal up here.
18 inches on the nose. It was a cheap shotgun. It was about $250. It's reliable as long as you pull the slot, as long as you're pulling that forward, you've got that tension on it. If you pull back any, it's not going to want to fire. So you have to keep tension going forward to fire this shotgun. So it's not the most accurate shotgun because you're not wanting to look down the sight. Because
Yeah.
I have fired this one-handed. I can do it, and it is fun as hell.
Yes, it is, because I've shot in one before.
It is a blast to fire. So I know I can at least shoot a 12 gauge with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you have to keep that action forward is somewhat annoying to me. But again, it was a cheap gun. I actually bought this gun with a Glock at the same time. I was up in the air. I had the opportunity to buy a 6.5 Creedmoor precision rifle. Can't remember the name of the brand, but it was in. It had the American flag decal, and I liked how it looked. But I'd never heard of this company before. And doing some research, I'm like, do I really want this gun? So when I went in, I was they had it, and I'm like, all right, let me see it. I loved it. But it came to, I can buy this one rifle, or I can get a new shotgun and a new pistol. Y'all can see what one won.
Yeah.
But it's a fun little shotgun. It's real enjoyable to shoot. Doesn't hold many. I think this one only holds, I want to say 4 or 5 2 3/4 inch slugs. Good home defender because of its size. You can keep it nice and close. Wait till you see my next submission. But it does have that so fun sound. So here's my third submission.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, for a little cheapie, it's got some fun sounds to it. Wally, you are
That's
more
your
than,
movie quality there.
Yeah, that's your movie quality shotgun. Wally, you're free to talk about your next submission.
I don't have a next submission.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just happen to have something sitting here. Oh, shit. Is it my turn again already?
Yep.
Oh, damn. This is the Mossberg Super Shorty. Holds 3 2 3/4 inch shells. Not a lot. Perfect home defender. Also has the mount for 3 extra slugs on the side. Has the pistol grip, which we know certain states don't like that. This requires a tax stamp to own. It took me 6 months to get this gun, and I am telling you, it was worth every single bit of the wait. Now the reason it has a red dot on it, don't get me wrong, I have no intentions of aiming down this damn thing, but it has a red dot on it because I had an extra one hiding in my desk and I didn't have a gun to put it on.
And it looks badass.
And it came with the mount, so I was like, you know what? You've got the space.
Use it.
All right, that works pretty good. Another cool little benefit. So you see that foregrip, and this thing, it is a solid steel foregrip. I have not been able to find this anywhere. Every single one I find is it's some composite. It's either got rubber on it, and it's like bipods that have the rubber feet. No, this is solid steel construction. This is a rigid gun. This thing is... But another cool little feature about this, push the button, and you can fold that back. So you can hold it however you want to hold it. I actually enjoy being able to do this because if I need to switch to a sidearm real quick, I can just let go. And now I've got my pistol. Finish the job or make sure I'm covered and safe, reholster, reload, good to go. Because it is quicker to swap to your secondary than reloading your primary, especially when it comes to a pump action shotgun. This ran, I want to say about $650. So it's not that expensive. It just takes a long time to get because it is a short barrel shotgun. I want to say the barrel on this is 8 inches. That's 10 inches under the legal size limit. So this gun is not legal in plenty of states. But there's a reason why this is my last and final submission. This gun sounds so sexy. Got it. I'm doing something. Stop chewing on the bottle. Damn. I am a huge fan of this gun. Now, mind you, I'm not happy the fact that I had to get it registered. Yes, this little guy holds 3 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge rounds. 3 rounds. That's why I have a kind of a combination of them. Birdshot, buckshot, slug. First one's going to hurt. Second one's probably going to kill you. Third one's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're done. You now have a hole through your body. That's why I really like it. It has that kind of variety that I really like to be able to put in my home defense. And this is specifically for home defense. It's not a hunting shotgun. And if anybody but myself wants to shoot this thing, I have to be present. And I have to have my tax stamp with me. So that's why it rarely moves, it rarely leaves the house, but it is one of the 2 specific guns I had for home defense. I have my AR pistol in 45 ACP I had custom built with a shorter rifle or with a shorter barrel. It's a 6-inch barrel, I think. So it's shorter than my 308 gun. And it's the scary black one. Yeah, that one. It's about the same size as this thing. And its magazine holds 25 rounds. So, yes, Joshua, you can legally own these, at least in the state of Texas. And if your state uses tax stamps, it does take...
How much was your tax stamp?
$5.
Yeah. That's what I was just popped up on this when I was looking.
Our suppressor tax stamps are $200. To get this guy... Went to the shop. They did the whole process in-house, did the fingerprinting, everything. 6 months later, they called me up and say, hey, you can come and get your shotgun. And one of the cool things is it does have a quick connect for a sling in the back. So you can actually get one of the quick connects with the ball bearings, put it in here, and now you can have it slung around your chest. So
yeah, that one's called actually the Shockwave, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out here.
Plus, they do have more rail mounts. I can't find this specific kind. So if I want to add another one, I have to change this one out. but there are 6 screw holes. Well, 6 on this side, 3 on this side. But you can add more rod or round holders on the side of the gun as well. So you can hold on the shotgun itself up to 9. So that gives you a total capacity for the gun of 12.
No, that ain't the Shockwave.
Is it not? I can't remember the actual name
The
of
first one you had.
that was the Shockwave.
Yeah, that was the Shockwave.
Who's ready to hear this thing?
Let's hear it. Pretty damn good.
All right. So now we're going to do a quick re-rundown of all the guns we just went over. And y'all get a vote who and what one sounded the best. So I'm going to do my 4, Wally, do your 2, and then we'll give them some time to make their assessment. Again, here's the Typhoon F12. Not that bad, but not the best. Remington 870. The Shockwave. And the Super Shorty. Wally, go ahead. If y'all want to hear any of them again, especially to compare between myself and one of his, so we'll compare 1 to 1 at that point in time, let us know.
All right, here's the Hatfield again. And then the Remington Versamax.
Any ones y'all need to hear again, any record or request for us to re-rack, let us know. Otherwise, the voting starts now. So we got 7 people watching right now. We just racked 6 shotguns combined. If you want us to re-rack 2 of them, 1 and 1 each, ask us. Again, I have the F12, the 870, Shockwave, and the Super Shorty.
And then the Hatfield or Remington Versamax.
Come on, guys. Let's see it. Start voting. Y'all got to react to this one. Y'all have to react on this one. We're not giving you an option this time. It's not like our question, hey, if you got questions, ask. No, you have to react now. So let us know if y'all need to hear anything again, pull anything back up, go over them once more. Let us know. And actually, since I'm done with at least this one, because I don't think this is going to be my winning submission. That's a slug. That's the one I want. No, get back in there. Oh, I hate having to load this. So the +1, another thing with this one, to get the +1, either you have to kind of finagle it in like that, or you have to load the mag, chamber around, pull your mag back out, and reload around. And I don't want to do that.
Hi, Barbara.
But I do like having loaded guns around. There's no point in having it if it's not ready to go.
Hey, it's top of the hour.
I know, but if they want to see the gun fail, they've got to play the game. The 870.
Joshua, the 870.
Josh, really? I thought the Super Shorty sounded better. So do you want to hear the 870 again, or is that your vote? All right, come on, let's hear them. We got 6 people watching right now. What shotguns do you need to hear again? What shotguns you want to hear again? Who's got the better sounding shotgun? I don't know about y'all, but I got all night. Show's gonna get real boring if y'all don't start playing along.
Super Shorty.
I got one for the Super Shorty.
Curran Dresser. Super Shorty is the vote.
Oof. See, that's
a new listener.
Yeah, it is. That's my favorite too, Curran.
I gotta admit, the Super Shorty had a good ting to it.
Yes, it did.
Right, it reminded me more of the Western.
Yep.
movie style.
Okay. We can keep going. I've got 5 in this one already. Oh, that's it. 5 plus 1 for this for the shockwave.
Current dresser, let us know where you're from.
I'm missing a round. Gunny, did you steal a shotgun round?
870. Josh said 870 is the most reliable 12 gauge in existence. His vote.
Yeah.
Oh, Wally, this ain't looking good for you, Hoss.
Nope.
870 is a very good shotgun, very reliable, and has been around for a long ass time.
Yeah, it has. Again, here's the 870.
Oh, current
California.
dresser's California.
That's why he's voting for the super.
Oh, that's
short.
awesome.
That's
Thanks
what-
for joining the show.
That's why he's voting for this, because this is illegal in his state.
Yes.
That's why he's voting for it right there. Well, we can't have it in my state, so that's my vote. Yeah. You're gonna slide. You're gonna sit down. So that's the 870. Super shorty.
Yep, that's why. That's what he said.
I got 2 votes on me. It may not be the same gun, Wally, but it ain't looking good yet. We got 5 more listeners that still have yet to vote.
You got 7 listeners. We've had 2 votes.
Come on. Some y'all gotta start. You gotta play the game, guys.
Come on.
It's the top of the hour. I know you want to see today's gun fail.
That's
And
right.
It's a painful one.
And I haven't seen it yet, folks. As always, I never get to see the gun fails.
Can't have 2-stroke engines. Damn.
Ouch. Coming out with the fire already.
Yeah, this dude woke up and chose violence today.
California can't have 2-stroke engines. Well, why do they have all them motorized bicycles down there in California?
Come on, guys. We got 6 more listeners. Y'all got to get some votes in. Y'all want to see the gun fail today? Come on.
Oh.
I've got 1 for the 870, 1 for the super
You
short.
figured out, Tammy?
Hi, Gunny. Did you eat one of my shotgun shells, you little bastard? He's going to poop buckshot later. I know it. That fart's going to be deadly in a whole other manner tonight. Hey, Dad, I got to poop. Boom. Holy shit. Well, I feel bad for the neighbors, dog. I didn't do it.
Blow that fence down.
Yeah. Wouldn't take much.
No,
Come
it
on.
wouldn't.
Come on, guys. 5 more listeners. Let's get at least 1 more vote in.
Got to get the vote in so we can go to our halftime event.
Yeah,
of
y'all
the
know y'all love
gun
the
fail.
y'all love the gun fail. I love the gun fail. Let's play that game.
And you wait until Cameron decides on his new show. I can guarantee you something will be at the top of the hour.
It will.
I know.
It will.
Oliver J. Perry.
House
His
robbed.
car was stolen, house robbed, a 9mm I used for armed guard security, so insane.
For using excessive force, have probation for appearance me had an ankle monitor. He was known as a violent offender in my car. He stole. Never charged or captured. My detective did nothing or anyone else for a month. Well, Oliver, what states you live in? Let's start
Ooh,
there.
that's bad. That's quite the deal, and I'm going to put that up on the screen because a lot of people in different places can't see it. Utah.
Why does it sound so much better with a round? Like,
Oliver J. Perry's in Utah.
all right, well, Oliver, I'd have to look into your gun laws themselves. However, the fact that you got charged and sentenced is bull. I agree with you there. However,
I got a lot of people here from Utah. Been in the restaurant today because
I was also
Christine's
chasing.
stepdad passed away, and he's gonna be buried out in Utah.
What force did you utilize to deal with the assailant with the machete? Which technically, by that means, if you were chased out of your house, you're up to and including deadly force, depending on the.
He was chased out of his house with a machete.
Yeah, exactly. So he has, by every definition, at least for Texas state laws, to make that dude not exist anymore.
To
Why?
remove him
Why
from
was
planet
he?
Earth.
Why was he arrested and charged for using excessive force?
Nothing I can fathom makes sense with that. I
Oh,
would
you
get
you got to explain a little bit more, Oliver.
I would 100% get a different lawyer and go and challenge that crap because that's a loaded. That's the biggest crock of shit I've heard in a long time. That dude broke into your home, chased you around, witness to testify against him. That still shouldn't matter.
No.
He got chased out of his house with a deadly weapon. I'd have made that dude red mist.
And then the guy stole the car that had the 9mm in it. Isn't that way you read that?
I drew a firearm for the guy stealing my. That's why.
Yep.
Some states you cannot use deadly force if it's outside. Texas has that law. I can't use deadly force if somebody's just stealing my truck. I can use force, but I'm not in my property. If I'm in my car, in my truck, yes, I'm authorized to use deadly force because by the Castle Doctrine, I am in my abode. The Castle Doctrine extends your property to your home property to your vehicles. But exactly, Josh, dead don't testify. But if you're outside and he's stealing your car, unless you're on your property, which means if you're renting a apartment, you don't own any driveway there, so it's not your property. Inside the apartment, they just back in 2019 actually extended the laws to include you can own firearms in apartments and everything like that.
Back to my home, to him robbing me too. Wow.
I'd have made him. I have a.
He
lot,
wouldn't have been. They would have carried him.
I
carried him
have a lot of pent up rage and aggression, and if you are going to break in with a machete, I have plenty of knives and guns and everything. But honestly, I'm just gonna physically beat you to death because I have a lot of anger issues. And that sounds like physical therapy to me.
Oh, as he was in jail, they robbed him.
I'm buying my house. So it's a rent-to-own property? So if it's rent-to-own property, that still includes, that is your property. You're renting it. You're on the property.
Yeah, as long as your rent was paid up.
Exactly. So you need to look at a better lawyer, and you need to challenge this, and then turn around and sue.
Right.
Because nothing, at least for my state laws, nothing you're buying. He's
buying. He's not renting.
Right. Is it owned? Like, were you on the property you were buying? That's probably how they got you, was you didn't own the property yet.
He's a mortgage.
So
he's paying a mortgage just like everybody does.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's his property.
That's his property.
No, you need a better lawyer, and you need to sue the crap out of that police department and judge.
Right.
And it is possible.
Because as soon as you was chased out of that house with that machete,
not only that, if the car
you had the right to defend yourself.
Again, at least Texas state laws. I'm not 100% on Utah. If they're trespassing, I can't shoot them. However, if they're committing another crime on the property, i.e. stealing my vehicle, and if it's at night, I can shoot them when they're running. Daytime, you can't shoot somebody when they're running. Yeah, you need to get rid of your lawyer quickly.
Yeah.
And tell him you want a refund or you're suing him too.
Exactly. Get rid of your lawyers.
Get a
Yep.
better lawyer. But at least Texas state law, and again, it's Texas. We're a little crazy with our guns down here. Don't hate me. You want to
Yeah.
be me. But if somebody's robbing my house at night and they're fleeing, I can shoot them. We have renter's insurance. It's easier to just deal with the insurance instead of dealing with a court case. Because a lot of the state laws say they have to be across the threshold. So if it comes to the point where they're stealing my truck, no, I'm putting around in your face.
Here's my
I spend too much money on that truck, and you can't tell a story if you're getting, if you're gurgling out blood. But,
True.
I mean, dead men tell no tales. It's on one of my ARs.
right.
But if he's in my property, I am authorized to use whatever force I find necessary, including deadly force, which means you broke in, you may have a machete. I'm not afraid to get cut. Are you ready to meet God? I've got my scars. I got plenty. You gonna be was past tense. You're gonna end up on a t-shirt and a coffee mug. Justice for this guy. He broke into the wrong house. Like right now, this would be a perfect example. Boom, give me all your crap.
The DA dropped the machete
Oh.
charge on the Lincoln Morgan 29, even with an ankle monitor on him.
Yeah, you might want to.
Oh man, yeah, I'd be talking to another lawyer.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that DA got.
I'd be talking to your state attorney general.
Yes, this needs to go way up the food chain.
Because if a DA did that and this gentleman chased you out of your house with a machete, something's wrong there. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying something's wrong in that office.
Do some legal open carry a firearm without a permit.
did.
as long
Okay,
as you're
good.
18, you're not prohibited. Firearm is statutory, unloaded, 2 mechanisms with fire unless you have the concealed carry. It is legal to carry a fully loaded visible without a concealed permit if you are 21.
Well, I would
resident,
be talking to the attorney general and get me a new lawyer and get off that 18-month probation.
Dude, there's no duty to learn. No firearm, yada yada yada. Don't care. It looks like it is legal for. It looks like Utah has some very similar laws, at least at a quick glance, to Texas, with the exception you can't carry in churches. That's the same. Most people do not know. That's what I want. Well,
He's driving his roomie around. Awesome.
tricycle, just fine, man. Force necessary, stand your ground law. Death, serious bodily injury. I am beyond surprised with what I have found so far. Nothing that I can see quickly. Your gun laws are similar to Texas state laws. You have a couple that you have. One we don't have anymore. We can carry in churches. But as far as everything else, self-defense, provocation, everything like that, you're justified to use deadly force. Couldn't find anything about burglary of a vehicle defined. It does not constitute forcibly filming vehicles occupied. So yeah, you can't. Same thing. You can't use deadly force for your vehicle unless you're in your vehicle. So if they stole your gun out of your vehicle, clearly you weren't in your vehicle. So they stole the gun, you weren't in the vehicle. So that they have no grounds there at all. But from what I can find, you need a good lawyer because your dude is sucking somebody or had his dick sucked by somebody to let that dude walk free.
Right.
You are getting screwed.
Bad.
You seem like if their gun laws are more along the line again of Texas. So nothing I can find quickly says that dude should have walked for one, and two, why you got arrested. So you need to run this up the chain, make a huge ordeal out of it, get a hold of every media platform you can, and raise hell.
Exactly.
That or they're going to be looking at another killdozer.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude, that's an option. Because they played that game once before and learned a hard lesson. Maybe it's time to remind them. The more I talk about it, the more I want to build a dozer. I'm just saying. Maybe it's just me, but I'm an asshole. Who else wants to build a dozer?
You already heard my opinion on it. I'll help you.
Do you want to build a dozer? Cause a bunch of havoc and muck. Deal with all these liberal states, the hate they create, put them in the ground. We're going to rewrite that song. We're going to make Do You Want to Build a Snowman so much better, ladies.
Are you?
Yep. Except
You want to build a dozer?
That's gonna be our new theme song right there.
Yo, dozer.
Do you want to? I'm loving it. I really need to get some lyrics going for me and somebody that can actually sing. Anybody here can actually sing?
No.
Not here. Here along the chat group. Let me know because I've got a commission request. I'm just saying. It'll be a fun one, I promise.
I dream of a dozer. Oliver.
I'm
Hey, there's
dreaming of a kill dozer.
Oh, we get that going real good. We got a #1 song coming out.
Yeah, we got two tops coming out right now.
Two top fives.
Two top fives. Do you want to build a dozer? And I'm dreaming of a kill dozer. I'm writing that shit down.
What is the video?
Hold on, let me write that down because I actually really want to do that. I think that would be hilarious.
That'd be our opening for our show.
And then get to the other little side things we got to after that gun fail video.
I mean, do y'all want us to make a song?
I gotta learn to weld. We can.
I know how to weld.
I know how to weld too.
Stick, MIG, TIG, all that good shit. Anything that ends with an egg, we can do.
I'm just saying, do y'all want us to make a new song? Because I think
honestly, the best way to learn welding, just pick up the welder and start welding random shit together.
Exactly, you'll learn real quick.
Or own a piece of shit truck for a few years, then you'll understand the arts of welding and what it can do for your vehicle.
That too. All right, Wally. Well, I'm sorry to say we only had 2 votes and both of them went to me, man.
That's fine.
Better luck next.
Like I said, let me get some more arsenal built back up. You knew what I had.
Better luck next to you had some. You had the one that I really liked. Okay. He even gave his address. He was like, "Teach me." I'm in Texas. He's in the Carolinas. He's in Missouri.
I've got a whole bunch of people here from Salt Lake City in town today because Christine's stepfather passed away. And he's going to be going back to Provo, Utah to be buried. So we can send somebody out there to teach you.
There we go.
So I just want to know if they want us to make some new music because I think that'd be hilarious.
My girl is in Texas. What you got to do, Cameron, is you got to get a video camera or do it on your phone and video lip singing God's Country from State of Mind, right? And send it to me. And then I'm going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to put the two videos on the green screen to where we're
So-
together.
But that's still using their audio.
The
and
audio is fine, not the words.
I'm just saying for courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Mossberg 940 JM Pro. I thought Josh was the 870.
Same here.
He was, but his girlfriend just did something and made him change his mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was
She
yours,
wants to
Floyd.
get hitched. That's why he said that.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's Oliver. Joshua says his goes to the 940 JM
yeah,
Pro.
Oliver, she wants to get hitched from Texas.
All right. Let's do this gun fail.
Uh-oh, folks. Share this
Well-
out real quick.
And Wally, I kind of like doing that little skit. Maybe next time we can do some rifles.
I only got one rifle, so that don't matter.
I know, I no doubt in my mind in that case that I would win because I've got plenty to put in the competition.
No shit, Sherlock. Thanks.
Hey, here's Wally's submission, and
Yeah.
here's Cameron's, and here's Cameron's, and here's Cameron's, and here's Cameron's, and here's Cameron's. Dude, you win. Shut the hell up.
Why do you think he had to go work at a place where you got to learn to survive in water? He had to go find him after his boat wreck.
just saying.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Wild pistol.
Now,
Oh boy.
so I'm going to tell y'all now, this one looks extremely painful.
This is graphic, folks.
Viewers' discretion is advised.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, that thing, I've shot one of those. They are intense.
Oh.
Oh, he ain't got no teeth.
I mean, he was dedicated. That dude was.
Oh boy.
He
Caught
caught it.
He caught it. Oh.
Yeah,
that's
laughing his
mercy.
ass off on that.
I didn't get to watch a lot of these, and I saw the. Oh, good.
Oh, there we go. I want one.
No, you're not. If I think what's gonna happen happens, no, you're not.
I'm smart enough to mount it where it ain't gonna move.
Oh boy.
You do it. No, you do it. Okay. Oh crap.
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. All right,
That's
let's
why
go
you
ahead.
mount it good.
Where is it? This. Oh,
That scope nailed her, didn't it?
oh yeah, right across the cheekbone and eye.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that was our gun film.
Thank you,
today.
Oliver. We appreciate that.
Oh,
Join
yeah,
us every
Oliver, thanks.
Friday night.
Appreciate having you on here, man. But I love doing these gun fails. Guys, make sure your girl can handle the recoil before you give it to her. I'm sure she's used to, 3-inch shrimp going 90 miles an hour, but once you give her something with some real heat, she's going to handle it.
Oh, yeah.
Some of y'all got that. Some of y'all that went right over your head. Just saying.
Yep.
I have an invisible cap.
I'm not an Afghani.
Nope.
So, Cameron,
Yeah, there.
what would we like to start with? Our famous find out we level something video? Or do we want to go with the nice, weird looking compensator that I have laid my hands on?
Ooh. The video I think you're talking about with the waterboarding?
Yes.
Nah, we gotta save that one. That's gotta be
Last.
that's gotta be the last video. So do your suppressor one.
All right, FYI, that video is
All right,
3
hold
minutes
up,
long.
hold up. Josh, you commented this last week. and I don't like saying this, but you're wrong. It is not anti-Second Amendment to make fun of gun fails.
No.
People need to learn from
Their
mistakes. And this is a way they can do it where the people that are watching can do so in a safe manner. Prohibiting people from learning the safe functionality of a gun, that's anti-Second Amendment. We show these fails as a lesson of what to not do. We talk about to-dos. We talk about, the mainstream media. We talk about the laws that are coming out. But we do not get an opportunity to really talk about the do-nots. The gun fail gives us an opportunity to discuss what not to do with firearms. It comes down to firearm safety. And if you're saying that that is not Second Amendment approved, then I don't know your view on guns clearly, because when it comes to training and education, I would rather learn a gun from a gun fail than by doing it myself and having either broke my gun, injured, or killed myself.
Well, it also shows in these gun fails, these people don't know how to properly use a weapon. And that's what we stand on here on the Second Amendment Ranch. As soon as we get the ranch going, that's going to be the training session right there, is teach them how to use it properly.
Yes.
So the gun fails are a very critical part of this, because if you don't tell somebody what not to do with a gun, when it comes to that scenario, they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do and risk injuring themselves, man.
Right.
I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm not trying to run you off.
No.
I'm
We
not
love
trying
your
to
comments.
I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but it comes down overall to safety. And I would rather you learn from somebody else's mistakes instead of learning from your own, because odds are you're not going to have a second chance in that situation. We showed one gun fail that a dude had a misfire on his shotgun and decided to look down the barrel. The shotgun, thankfully the gentleman lived. We can't show two graphics. So if we did have a situation where somebody died, obviously not going to show it. He blew his hat off and skimmed his head. That's a gun fail. That's also a lesson learned. And that's a lesson that man had learned a very, very hard way.
Yep.
And painful.
And that's normally what we like to do. I'll tell you right now, Josh, it's really hard to find some. And I was trying to get into it, and that's where I made the joke. Make sure your lady's ready to handle
And
that much firepower.
We do a lot of discussion on what went wrong in the videos.
Especially
doing
when we
this.
get to those extremely...
This one
was
he
pain.
explained, don't put it in the arms of somebody that can't hold it the proper way. Like she wasn't used to holding something like that.
And if you were here during our tactical training, I say it that way because that's what it was. These gentlemen were doing rotations. They weren't they weren't reloading. They were just doing circles around each other. Dude stood up, had his hat shot off his head. That one, we went into like a 45-minute discussion of how wrong that is. Knowing placement, knowing your partner, communicating with each other, because training is critical. Normally we do, especially again, when it comes to the extreme fails, this one was tame compared to what we normally do. But this one made me go, oh, damn, so I wanted to show it. And I did say, make sure she can handle the firepower before you let her play with it. And I said, made the dick joke. If you got a little dick, you've been pounding her all day long, going 3-inch shrimp going 90 miles an hour is a little different than something with some real heft behind it. But that's what we do here. We're not just going to go, okay, here's a gun fail, back to the news. We've never done that. Not that I can at least think of. We show the gun fails for lessons learned. We talk about what to do, what not to do. And this one was real simple. Don't give somebody a gun that they're not ready to handle. That was a real easy explanation. At least I thought it was a real easy explanation. But saying that gun fails are anti-Second Amendment, you can't just put that and not expect me to come at you, man.
Right.
We're all about Pro 2A here, and saying we're doing something that's anti-Second Amendment, that does get my blood a little boiling. And you've seen how I go after a lot of these trolls. You're a good viewer. You're a regular viewer. I wasn't gonna want to
Yeah, Josh,
burn
you're
you out.
exactly right on this. We talk about this a lot.
Yeah, we always cover the basic rules of firearm safety, and I think
And that is the number one rule right there.
you're missing
And
What
one.
he just put.
Yeah,
You're missing one. Keep your weapon on safe until you intend to shoot.
right.
And actually, there's another one. I can't remember the fifth one, but that one is that
And-
one. That's the fifth one. Thank you. That's exact. I was like, there's a fifth one, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. That's the fifth rule right there. But no, we cover that quite extensively. But I'm trying to make the show more funny. In all honesty, I'm trying to make it more enjoyable. We do nothing but news and a gun fail and what not to do. It gets repetitive. It gets boring. So we've got to change some stuff up here and there. That's why we did this skit today with the shotguns to kind of get y'all a little more involved in everything. Right. So I'm testing the waters with what I can and can't do right now, man. You got to work with me a little bit. But saying it's anti-Second Amendment and just leaving it at that, you gotta work with me, man. You gotta explain yourself a little bit.
You're going to see a lot more on this show.
And honestly, I could add I could honestly add a sixth rule to firearm safety. Know what round you're using.
Yeah.
Us.
And here's why. Rifle rounds. Even some rifle rounds have hollow points. What does hollow point do? Expands on impact. Roses are red, violets are blue. I can't remember the rest of the riddle, but
I can, but I ain't saying it.
So knowing if you're using a full metal jacket, what's going to happen? And here's actually why the rifle round was invented. The rifle round was invented to not kill. It was not originally intended to kill. It was designed to go through a combatant enemy because it is more it causes more problems because now you have a wounded ally that you have to carry off the battlefield, which usually requires 2 people. So instead of killing one and still having to fight 2 more, you kill or you injure one and you get 3 people off the battlefield. 1 injured, 2 to move him. That's 3 people compared to the 1 that you would normally have to deal with. So that was the purpose of that round. It was designed to punch a hole cleanly through you. Hollow points, designed to kill you. Shotgun rounds, designed to kill you. 338 Lapua, designed to break your body armor and kill you at 1,000 yards. Yeah, but I really don't give a flying F about them. I'm just saying, they have no... One, they don't watch our show, and when they do, I turn all my focus from talking about guns to you're an idiot. It goes very quickly. My attention span, I have ADHD or ADD, some shit. You start coming in like a troll, and my focus goes, you're going to be fun. So they can have all the ammo from me they want. They can also suck my dick. I don't give a crap. What they say has no effect on me whatsoever. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Everybody's entitled to be offended. I'm entitled to not listen or give a shit what they say. Guns are banned. That's cute. Well, a law passed. You know what a law is? It's a piece of paper. It's not a living document. It got written in. The only document I give a flying F about is obviously the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Texas Constitution, for those of you that don't know. One of the only reasons Texas can still secede. Ooh. Well, this was back then, but that's interesting now. So that's still a benefit of the rifle round. You injure somebody, it takes 4 people to move 1 person. So instead of 1 or 3, now you're dealing with 5. So even better. But that's why we have the rounds that we have now, because that tip was created to punch a hole through them. So pistols were designed to put bullets in people. Rifles were designed to put bullets through people. Shotguns were designed to take a chunk of somebody's shit and throw that shit on the ground, and somebody with a shovel is going to have to come and pick that shit up. Thank you, Clint Smith. God, I love that man. Dude talks to that's where I got that quote. But I don't give a crap what liberals, Democrats, gun grabbers, anything. Navy veteran. Carl over here, when he's back, Army veteran. Gun guy. He's here. He just exists.
Actually, I'll clarify that for you a little bit, Cameron. I did actually try to join the Army, if you don't remember, a long time ago.
You got to be careful with how you phrase these things. This can piss off a lot of veterans. So be very careful. Tread lightly.
So I was talking with a recruiter in 2016 when I was getting ready to graduate high school. He asked me to bring the copy of my medical records and everything so we can go over them. Because he found out that in 2015, I think it was, I had shoulder surgery and had my whole shoulder reconstructed. Thus far, he told me he could not accept me because of a previous injury.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I know, tread lightly with it, but the same effect, I did want to join.
That looks good, Carl.
Yes, it does.
Hey, that's the advantages of working at a restaurant.
No shit. But, Josh, that's just kind of... And honestly, why do you give a flying F what the left thinks?
Who cares what they think?
If you're an Army veteran, if you're anything like me, what they say and do has no effect on my life whatsoever. COVID, the only thing that I've had to change is I got to wear a mask to go in a hospital. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have not changed one damn thing about my life.
Or fly on an airplane.
Yeah, well, it has ran ammo prices up. So it has affected me indirectly. I can't go to the range as much as I'd like to. But what they do and say can go to hell.
What's it cost you to go to the range? Not counting your ammo, just to get on the range.
Depending
$8.
Depending on what I go to, either $20 a gun. Athena Gun Club, I think, is $50 just to go and shoot whatever you want on a specific range, either the pistol, rifle, or the shotgun. You have to pick one, so it could be up to $150. Dude, $20 a gun. If I were to load my truck out, $150 is going to be cheaper.
I know it.
Or you just go to...
No, Josh, I completely understand. Know your enemy. I know quite a bit about the left and the liberals and the gun grabbers. That's why I do this show, because I pull up their gun laws and laugh at them. Range fee, $125 a year. I hope you know what finger that is.
Hey, I'll give you one.
I really do.
I'll give you one better. Where I live at, I drive out here to the conservation area and go to our rifle range that is all set up for $25, $50, $100, and $200. And you know what? It don't cost a penny.
You know what finger that is, Carl. You know real easily what that
I know.
Is.
Or mine's an $8 lane fee for any gun I want to shoot.
So, yeah, I do have some expensive gun ranges. It's just where I live. Cypress is a little nicer.
How big is the longest gun range you got down there, Wally?
I have one that is about an hour away from me that is $250.
Okay. Cameron, what are the range lengths on yours?
We've got one that goes out to 600 yards, but you have to qualify on the 300, 400, and 500 yard ranges.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You see up here, there's none that big yet.
Yeah. Wally, one thing you don't know, the Second Amendment Ranch is not just meant to be a podcast. And honestly,
no,
we haven't actually talked about this in a while. So for our new viewers, the Second Amendment Ranch was not created to be a podcast. It was supposed to start to get our feet in the door, to look for sponsors, look for investors, look for whatever we can. Because my intent is to create a legitimate ranch, not range. I want you to understand that. There's a difference. A ranch, not a range. A range, you go out, you shoot some paper targets, maybe metal targets, depending on where you're at. You have a little fun, you go home. That gets boring and does nothing too beneficial. It does have benefits, don't get me wrong. It keeps you proficient with your firearm, but that's about it. I can punch the hole out of a stationary paper target. Can you shoot a moving target? Are you dealing with home intruders? Are you dealing with something at the gas station? The purpose of the ranch is I want to get a good, decent plot of land. And yeah, we're going to have basic ranges for you to come out and shoot just to have fun. But we're also going to have on the archery side, there is going to be an archery side as well with moving targets. On the firearm side, we're still planning on doing moving targets and be able to put them out to about 150, 200 yards. We also plan on being one of the few ranges in America that actually goes out to 1,000 yards. 1,000. And no requirements to qualify it. If you want to try and plink at 1,000 yards and you're a rookie, go for it. The other big things we wanted to have is set up simulators using either simunition, paintballs, or airsoft guns. And look at how T-Rex Arms does having target engagements. I'll have to look that up. But having people using safe rounds in an area where live ammo is not being utilized, and everything will be inspected. Me and myself, Carl, whoever's going to be on the property, will have to go through a rigorous interview process, training process, and there will be required qualifications to become an RSO. Right. But we're going to basically build a house that we can move. So we can change window placement, door placement, how the living room, bedrooms are set up to try and match your home layout as best we can. And then we're going to have a team break into your house. Plain and simple. And Kyle, we're not honestly preparing for anything.
No, it's a training situation for the American public, and up in our area where we plan on doing this ranch, if it comes available, the local sheriff's departments and police departments have no place to go and train other than go out and go bink, bink, bink.
One of the biggest phrases I hate, and this comes from 4 years in the Navy, dealing with 5 dryer fires in one patrol, losing the reactor in another patrol, dealing with flooding, electrical problems, you name it. I hate the phrase, I feared for my life, coming from law enforcement. I do. Yep. You signed up for that job. You knew the risk.
You know it's going to be fear for your life.
Just like every other veteran out there. But you know what? We have rules of engagement. The fact that you feared for your life and shot this kid's dog is bullshit to me. I hate that phrase. Coming from law enforcement, that phrase irritates God, I wish I still had my F-bomb. Irritates the sin out of me. So I want to get them more comfortable. If that's one of the benefits, we can deal with the police officers and get them trained in a way where they're not just going to a range and plinking. We can put them in stressful situations. Ask anybody I work with. When it comes to training and scenarios, I go way above and beyond what you will normally deal with.
Yes, he does.
Because I like my job, and I want you, when this chaos starts, in a real situation, you're going to laugh and go, that's it.
But the also nice thing about this, and he didn't mention, while they're going through all those training, it's going to be videoed so that you can go back and see where you messed up.
Not only that, we'll be able to actually watch their training.
Right.
See how they train and you can get more personable with them. They're human. They screwed up. I laughed at him. He's a person. But one of the things we're going to do is have that house, and either the police or civilians, I don't want to limit to anybody. Houston has the benefit of having a combat training area, but it is only for military personnel and law enforcement, I think is a joke. Why can't we give civilians training for a home invasion?
Right.
Why not? What's the downside of this?
You go in there and sit down, and we set it up like your house.
We tell you where your weapons are at, like you would set them up in your house. And
Somebody breaks in.
Yeah, we don't tell you when, but somebody's going to break in. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 5 hours. But you get complacent. Do you know where your gun's at? Is it easy accessible? Is it safe for the kids? Different things like that. And that's why we wanted to be able to be moved. So that way we can kind of conform it to your layouts. Not only that, we can lay it out like basic houses for law enforcement. We also plan on doing hunter training where you're out in the field and a rogue hunter says, you look like the target today.
Yeah.
And we can do, drug bust scenarios. One of the problems they have up there is there's a lot of different options that we can do. Not only that, we plan on putting either an apple, some kind of fruit orchard out there. Mom and the kids can go pick something. Dad can go out and shoot. We're going to set up a barbecue area. You can rent a grill from us. You can smoke meats. You can camp. You can just come up and relax.
There'll be areas to park your camper. All guns on the premises will be secured in a secured location.
Yeah. And we talked about how secure that is going to be.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be the money right there.
Fort Knox is going to look like a joke when I'm done.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, it was.
Go ahead, Wally. Do you have any questions? It looks like you're thinking a little bit like, huh?
Yeah. Tell us what you think of that idea.
I love that idea.
Right. I mean, it's a huge benefit for every gun enthusiast out there.
I would fly out there just to go out there.
Right? I mean, people are going to be coming from area because it's not a thing that has, and honestly, we probably need to trademark that.
Yeah, I know.
But it's a huge benefit for everybody around. Not only that, they have medical training devices that deals with gunshot wounds. So when we deal with tactical teams, if somebody gets in a position where they get shot, then we can have a medic come out. Is it safe for me to approach? Can we evac the injured? Do I have to deal with it here?
Right.
And then we can have first aid. Those teams train first aid. I'm also a qualified medic first aid responder myself. And honestly, I'll probably increase my qualification when we get this. But we can also have the ambulance come out. This is what you're dealing with.
Well, remember when we talked about right after that explosion in Memphis?
Yeah, setting up a gas station.
We set up a camper or a bus out there and people walking around or whatever, and we have a speaker inside of it where we yell, "Get away." Right? How do you react? How did the law enforcement in our area react? They don't know what's in there because they have no idea what we said in there.
Okay.
We could have a sniper in there. We could have an explosion in there.
Kyle, it is not about where we live to need protections with gun in our homes. The Second Amendment was not created to protect the people in their houses. The Second Amendment was not created for hunters. The Second Amendment was not created for somebody to go and plink paper. The Second Amendment was not created because we think guns are cool and fun and, we can do all this stuff with guns. The Second Amendment was created to overthrow a tyrannical government. The Second Amendment was created for the people to be able to defend themselves against an invading force. The Second Amendment was created so we, the people, can keep and maintain the rights of the Bill of Rights, free speech, freedom of the press, right to keep and bear arms. There is no reason, there is no justification we have to give anybody to own whatever the hell we want to own. I can own anything from a 22 to a 50 BMG to an anti-tank rifle. If I can afford it, I can buy it. And if that means I want to defend my neighbor 40 neighborhoods down with an anti-tank rifle, well, then you know what? That dude's about to have a really bad day. And that guy's going to need a new refrigerator. I have no justifications to give to anybody for my rights. The Bill of Rights is a living document. It was not created to give the people rights. It was created to keep God-given rights to we the people. God gave us these rights and liberties. And if you really think that God doesn't want you to have weapons, let me pull up the exact verse for you. Just
And
so
like
I
what we're saying, we're not saying we actually need all that protection, but even in the farming community up here, with everything that's going on the border, we have seen illegals up in our area, and we're in northwest Missouri, right? So,
hold on, I found it. Luke 22:36 through 38. But now if you have a purse, take it, and also a bag. And if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one. And if you honestly don't think that the government is threatening to come and take our guns, you obviously haven't listened to Joe Biden enough, because he's already threatened
you
to
haven't
send
listened
out.
to a lot of the other shows out here on the network and different places that I can take you to.
They have openly admitted to that they want to confiscate our firearms. They have openly admitted that they want to ban body armor. Anytime the government intends on banning anything, they intend on doing something to take away your rights. And if you're looking for me to say something that's going to get me arrested, just know I have never once and never will say anything that can get me arrested. I have not once said any actions to go against anybody or anything. I have quoted, I have paraphrased quotes throughout history. I have never once said I am going to go and do something to somebody. If you are looking for me to say something to put me on a list, tough titties, I've already said plenty. I'm probably on like 4 by now. So
I'm sure we're on a list already. You're going to tell me they're not looking at the Bill of Rights Network?
I am not afraid to say whatever the hell I want, because you know what? The First Amendment protects that, and the Second Amendment protects my rights to keep saying it. You are entitled to be offended and upset and take whatever you want to take, however you want to take it. And I am free to offend.
Okay, Kyle, that's no problem. We're glad we didn't offend you. We're just explaining. A lot of the training, you have to realize, when Biden took office, there was how many new weapons purchased? 2 million? That people that's never owned guns. So why not have a facility in your area or come to one where we can train you to use that weapon?
Okay, so there's Beto O'Rourke that is openly admitted running in the state of Texas. Here is, let me see if I can find the actual clip itself. Do. Beto O'Rourke running for the state of Texas back 2 years ago. Hell yes, we're coming to take your AR-15s, your AK-47s. And that took me 20 seconds to find. Thank you, YouTube, for all the ads, because I really want ads right now. I'm trying to do something to prove a point. No. Just go on YouTube. You can Google Beto O'Rourke. Hell yes, we're coming for our guns. You can go on Google. Okay.
Wally, you're being quiet.
Yeah, well, you got to keep the conversation going for me.
I mean, we can end the show with the video we wanted to end it with. We're almost at our.
Oh no, we have all night.
Well, would you like me to share this video?
Yes, I would.
And I want to fair warn there is a couple words in the video that might be offended to our audience.
And Kyle, and unfortunately, you've got to remember Google is extremely biased. I want to remind everybody that in September of 2020, Hillary Clinton was supposed to go to trial for the 30,000 emails that this isn't a ban on assault rifles. It's not directed at all guns, correct? It's directed at AR-15s and AK-47s. It's not all guns yet. There are multiple times where Biden himself has said, we're coming for your guns. We're going to take your guns away. I'm just trying. The problem is, Joe, again, Hillary Clinton was supposed to go to trial in September of 2020 for the email scandal. However, after that media had been put out 2 days later, it was wiped from the internet. You're going to hear a lot of conspiracy theories, but there's a lot of evidence to back anything up. Every time
look at what's going on in Chicago, Illinois. Man, they banned everything.
Anytime you look up guns on Google, how often do you get to guns? How often is it just guns are bad, guns are scary, gun violence, gun this, gun that are bad? I haven't used Google. You can use Bing, DuckDuckGo. You can use any browser search, whatever browser search you use. Majority of the time, I have yet to find one that's legitimately unbiased. Even DuckDuckGo still shows their bias. But it's a ban on assault rifles. Well, I'm sorry, but there's no such thing as an assault rifle. Assault is a action, not an explanation of what it is. The AR-15 was created by Armalite Rifles. That's what it stands for. It was designed to mimic what the military had for civilian use. The AR and this gun was purposely designed for civilian use. And if you actually find the original ad for the AR way back when it was first created, it was meant for hunting. That's it. That's all it was created for, was hunting. This gun has never seen war, never designed for war, wasn't designed. So the definition of assault rifle by you know who is a high. Let me pull that up before I'm going to bastardize the definition. If I find assault weapon, nope, that's not the one I want. A rapid-fire magazine-fed automatic rifle designed for infantry use. People think the M1 Garand is a great hunting rifle, and I have seen that personally. People saying this is a great hunting rifle because it's a wood stock. That gun has stacked more bodies than any other gun I can think of through history.
Right.
That gun was, by every definition, with the exception of rapid fire, and only for some of them, they did make a fully automatic M1 Garand. Mind you, you're shooting, 12 rounds in 3 seconds, so doesn't do you a lot of good. Shit, I'm out. It was Kyle, very accurate gun.
I'm a deer hunter. I got a lot of friends deer hunters. A lot of us use ARs. You're different round. I know people it's got 308s in ARs. I know people it's got 22 250s in AR style. I mean, there's lots of them, 243s in ARs. So, yeah, we do it. Yes. And our ARs, we reach out. It's nothing for us to shoot 600-700 yards with an AR.
And let me broaden your horizon some more. Kyle, let me ask you kind of a somewhat personal question. Do you have a hog problem? Does your state have a hog problem? I'll give you, I know we have a little bit of a delay, but I'll give you.
No.
Okay. We do, and many other states do. One of the benefits of an AR is the capacity of the magazine. Hogs, let me pull up the actual. God, you're making me pull a lot of shit up.
Work, boy, work.
Yeah.
But yeah, an AR comes in handy in hog hunting, pest, stuff like that.
Oh my God, it's gone up. In Texas alone, the feral hog problem causes $52 million annually in damages.
No problem, Kyle. No problem.
No, and how you kind of, I apologize, man. I do. I thought Twitch is one of the bad platforms to come through because that's usually where we have the trolls. So when you came in through Twitch, I'm like, hey, we finally got one. Let's get this game going. And you were kind of asking in a way where I was like, he's really against guns. And that's on me. I do apologize if I came off as crass and an ass because I was trying to. But with trying to get an explanation, and one of the things we love here is conversation, not confrontation. And if you ever want to be a guest on the show, by all means, come on and we can talk openly instead of going through a chat.
Hey, put your Discord link up there.
Yeah, let me get to that.
Yeah, I had to be on here to remind him of things.
Yeah, he's
that young age, the mind goes quicker.
Yeah, when I start Gunny, stop licking your paws. When I start
I got
going,
Wally to laugh.
when I start getting into stuff, my train of thought scatters.
Yeah.
But no, if you are ever curious, you want to come in and openly discuss the benefits between this and this, that and that, whatever, as long as it pertains to the Second Amendment and the rights of the people to own and bear arms, by all means, come on in. Just stay somewhat nice, not confrontation conversation is what we're looking
We know you're not, Kyle.
But again, feral hogs cost $52 million annually in the state of Texas alone.
Is it million or billion?
Million, M-I-L-L, not bill. That's I want to say that's the national average we get into.
Right.
Let me actually pull that up.
Well, I know in Texas and Florida, it's two of the worst feral hog problems.
Hog damage cost.
Is everything shut off, Jeanette?
$1.5 billion annually, although experts from Georgia suggest the cost may be closer to 2 to 2.5 billion nationally. Yeah. Billion, 2.5 billion, not B billion.
That's a lot of baby back ribs.
On over 8, and that's annually. That's every single year. These guys across the nation are doing $1 to $2.5 billion in damages. That's why there are no hunting restrictions. There's no tag requirements. You don't even have to have a hunter's license to hunt hogs.
No.
And that's the benefit. What that AR. So you use a bolt action rifle. You hold what, 3 to 6 rounds in those normally.
In what?
A bolt action rifle.
Yeah.
I've
seen them up to 7. I've seen them up to 7.
As long as it's not a magazine fed, because you can get bigger mags and everything like that. But your typical bolt action rifles with the small mags, slim mags, 3 to 6 rounds.
Right.
How many hogs are you going to put down? 1, 2, 6
3.
If you're
3 at the most.
Real good, you got 6 if you're really good.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of the AR. Instead of being limited to 3 to 6 rounds, now we have 30 rounds.
Yeah.
We can put more problems down a lot easier. Plus, it's as far as accuracy goes, it is up there on rifles. Now, it does have its intended purposes, especially depending on your calibers. Obviously, your caliber is going to play a huge ordeal on your accuracy, whatever you're using, as well as how much damage you're actually going to do. Am I actually going to drop this hog, or am I just going to piss it off?
Right.
That's why when you go hog hunting, you go hog.
Go put down hunting.
You're taking out 308, 30-30, 45-70, 338 Lapua, 50 Beowulf. You're taking something big and fun out.
Down.
We're going out to put these things down, and we always have backup firearms, plural, meaning that there are at least 1 to 2 more rifles readily available, and you have a pistol on your side because these things will gut you. Feral hogs will screw you up.
Yes, they will.
And see, down there in Texas, they have a problem with axis deer. The same thing. You don't need a tag, a hunting permit, or anything to take axis deer out.
So the more you can put the AR-15 is a great hunting rifle itself. Basically, all right, easiest way for me to explain this: there's two Barbies for men. You have the Jeep. Jeep you can modify. You can do anything you want to. Throw bigger tires on, throw bigger rims on. You can throw this on it. You can throw this on it. Snorkel kits. Think of that as an AR. You can modify the ever-living crap. Where you go buy a bolt-action rifle, there's not a lot you can, especially the old style one-piece stock, where it's either a full synthetic material, full wood. There's not a lot of real modifications you can do to that. The AR-15, you can change everything.
Yeah.
You want bigger, better springs. You want a different buffer tube. You want a different charging handle. You want a different dust plate cover. You want a different barrel shroud. You want a different sight. They're easily popped on, off. My dudes used to hunt hogs in North Carolina with fixed blades on foot with hounds. That's actually still really common. That is still a very common way. Dogs go, and these dogs are all bred to be extremely aggressive. They are not people dogs by any means, but they are well looked after because they are meant to do a job. Dogs pick up the behaviors you train them to do.
Right.
It's on the owner, not the dog. But these dogs are trained to be extremely aggressive because they're going against something
Extremely aggressive.
Extremely aggressive, and has anywhere from 20 to 400 pounds on the damn thing. And these dogs, they're meant to go screw it up, slow it down. You walk up, you stab the thing, and it bleeds out. That is still, Josh, that is still a pretty common. Yeah.
My crossbow.
That's my plan, is I'm just going to shoot them. But that's one of the those are some of the benefits. They're for nuisance, rats, hogs, axis deer. They're your pest control. It's a pest control. It's really a good pest control gun. It's one of the things to say on here a lot is
I've seen an AR-15 and a 22.
I have too.
My granddaughter's got one.
Remington makes one.
It's a blast.
Exactly. It's fun. It's
put a 30-round clip on it and go
magazine. You know I'm particular. It's a magazine, not a clip. There's only one gun that actually uses a clip, and it's a C clip, and it's the M1 Garand. But it's a great pest gun. It was designed to be hunting. You can hold extra ammunition in it. Plus, you're not limited. You can do so much. I've got, guessing off the top of my head without actually taking the time to think about it, I got like 6 ARs myself. All right, let's do this. 2, 5, 5, 6, 308, 45, 4. I've got 4 ARs. They're fun. They're great. And you can, one of the things I stress a lot is there's no such thing as an all-purpose gun. There's multi-use guns, but there's no such thing as an all-purpose gun. When it comes to AR, that gun got as physically close to all-purpose as it could. That gun did everything in its power to try and be an all-around, all-purpose gun.
Well, the shotgun almost ranks with that.
Exactly.
You can do everything from bird hunt, rabbit hunt, squirrel hunt, all the way up to deer hunt, bear hunt, elk hunt, moose
exactly.
hunt.
But the AR
do wonders.
The AR was basically trying to do the same thing the shotguns did. You're not limited on your calibers. You're not limited on design. You're not limited on functionality, with the exception of it's still only a safe and single fire rifle.
Right.
That's one of the reasons a lot of people love the AR, because if they get bored with it, they buy something new, change something out, and instead of buying a whole new gun, they just change something. And, you do this over the course of a couple of years. By the time you've changed everything, you can build another AR. With all the parts you salvaged off your first one, you might as well just put the first one back together. So that's why it's a phenomenal piece of equipment. And again, there's no such thing as an assault rifle, assault weapon. It's the actions you use them for. But again, Kyle, you've got the Discord link. I highly encourage you to use it. You're always free to message myself or Carl up here.
Yep.
And you can come and talk gun whenever you want, whenever we're free. And you're always welcome to come and join us on the show to extend this conversation. Unfortunately, we are a little past our time frame, and we still have one more thing to show.
Hey, Wally, before I bring
Yep.
that up, hit your full screen button on your other browser of this video.
Oh, wrong one. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, Joshua, I agree again. The M1 Garand is one hell of a big pest
Go
problem.
down to the
control
corner
gun.
of that video and hit full screen.
There's not.
Oh, did you pull it up through like Facebook or TikTok?
Yeah.
That's as big as it's going to get, Carl. They don't like that's their full screen for some reason.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem.
when I hit play on this, I want to give a full shout out to the Fat Electrician on TikTok. He is the one who made this video. I find it a pretty funny video.
Pretty funny.
And
I was dying.
And we died laughing when we watched it before the show today. And it goes to show that if you screw around,
Carl, can we have two today?
To what?
Can we have two?
Yes, I'll let you.
Carl, thank you.
Go.
Say it, Wally. Make it happen.
So we're just gonna say, you fuck around with American forces.
You're gonna
find out. Because this video right here just shows the mass destruction that we can actually do.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Carl.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the USS New Jersey. It is the longest-serving battleship in history, serving in World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and the Persian Gulf. Unsurprisingly, the most decorated battleship of all time belongs to the best class of battleship of all time, the Iowa class, also known as Nebraska Premium. Iowa-class battleships were the fastest battleships of all time, capable of traveling 33 knots, which is like 30 freedom fractions like an adult. Or if you've got some weird decimal fetish, it's like 61 kilometers an hour. So what do you sacrifice to be the fastest battleship of all time? Absolutely nothing, because it's also the hardest hitting battleship of all time. It is equipped with 49 Oerlikon autocannons, 20 quadruple Bofors, 10 Mark 28 5-inch turrets, and its main armament of 9 Mark 7s installed on 3 turrets. These guns shoot a 16-inch 2,700-pound HE shell. If you don't know, HE stands for high explosive, which is American for get F. I've been informed I'm no longer allowed to say fuck. Whoops. Anyways, these shells are absolutely enormous. So big, in fact, that while the United States called the New Jersey the Big J, the enemies nicknamed it the Black Dragon, due to its darker gray paint job and its ability to breathe fire. And I can hear the comment section already. Buh, the Yamato had bigger guns. Buh. I didn't say the USS New Jersey had the biggest guns of all time. I said it was the hardest hitting of all time. Believe it or not, the American military doesn't really subscribe to bigger is better. We prefer accuracy by volume. While the 16-inch guns on the New Jersey are in fact smaller, they do have a much higher muzzle velocity, allowing them to have just as much, if not more damage than the 18-inch guns on the Yamato. However, because they're smaller and lighter, it allows the USS New Jersey to carry more ammunition, as well as fire it faster, meaning that it is absolutely the hardest hitting battleship of all time. And in 1969, while the Yamato was busy being a coral reef, the USS New Jersey proved it. Let's just read it together. The New Jersey showed what her 9 16-inch guns could do in 1969 when she nosed up to a small, heavily fortified island off of North Vietnam. The enemy soldiers were allowed to escape unharmed. Then the dreadnought opened fire. A newspaper headline later told the result: the New Jersey sinks an island. I need a minute to process. Please hold. It sunk a fucking island. I didn't know that was an option. And not even just like your regular ass island. This is a fortified island. This island's been drinking its milk and it still got fucking deleted. Like, I had no idea that you could waterboard a landmass. Poor Mother Nature's been rubbing 2 tectonic plates millennia to make this island. And then you piss off Uncle Sam and Mother Unnature comes along and freedom baptizes the whole thing. You just got your ass beat so bad, you're going to have to rename your favorite brand of butter. You're going to be putting O-Lakes on your toast from now on. Geneva's going to be pulling cards out of the suggestion box like, why is this one wet? Meanwhile, these guys are back living in a Kevin Costner movie. So yeah, needless to say, the USS New Jersey packs a punch. Thank you for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the U.S.
Oh, love it.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, love it. That is the greatest video in the existence of ever.
Yes.
Everybody
Oh,
that's not watching this show missed that. That was
Oh.
fantastic.
yes, Carl's the gatekeeper. We have to behave.
Yep.
But it
I
was
am.
worth it. It was so worth it to make this an R-rated episode because
Oh, we passed R-rated. What are you talking about?
Oh well.
oops.
Hey, it's got to happen sometime.
Every now and again it just slips out. It just
22 will get better and wilder.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be hard to top that, but we're gonna find a way.
Could be. And folks, if you think he's just drinking Sunny D, you're in for a mistake. There's
Yep.
probably a gallon of vodka in there with it.
I wish. It is actually only Sunny D.
I got a cooler.
I don't-
Okay.
But that brings us past the top of the hour.
Yeah.
And I love when we do episodes and I can barely get into the news topics I pulled up because the news topics get boring, guys. They
Yes.
really do. The more y'all interact, the more y'all question everything, y'all comment. We would rather bounce back and forth and really have conversations with y'all. That's why we open up the show for you to come and be a guest. The show goes so much smoother and it's much more enjoyable. And there's no such thing as a stupid question here. When it pertains to guns, I want to make that there are such things as stupid questions, but not when it comes to guns. If you're unknowledgeable, if you're untrained, and I'm by no means, I'm not an expert. I do not claim to be an expert. I have no title. I have what training I have, and I've talked about it before in the past, but I am a very large gun enthusiast. And the reason I wanted to start this is because of the Gun Fails, Josh, that I wanted to create this program and this show and this ranch to train people what to not do, Josh, and how to handle firearms safely, Josh. That way we can get rid of some of these gun fails, Josh.
Josh.
And let's add another one, Josh.
Josh, just to be safe.
Welcome, Josh.
Well, oh, hey,
You've been
Josh.
adopted by the Second Amendment Ranch.
Didn't see you down there in the comments, buddy.
They're having a
That's-
party back here, I think.
But that's why I created this, because I've had too many personal experiences with what not to do. One of them happened to myself. That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
We can get into it at some other point in time, but you got to stick around and keep watching the ranch to find out what Cameron effed up.
Right. Check out the Bill of Rights Network on Facebook. I would say on YouTube, but I got to create a new one because they didn't like us. I wonder why.
I don't know.
It could be because we show certain things that they really don't want us to have. Oh, stop that.
Oh, wait.
Honorable
Oh,
mention.
it's coming.
Oh, what's
Oh.
that? Oh, God.
Oh,
It's being sneaky.
Uh-oh. Look at
it
this.
came out of nowhere, guys. I'm
Oh,
scared.
God. It's
Yeah.
so scary. It's got a mind of its own. It's one of those dangerous guns that just kill
It's
people.
Put you just back down
308
here.
high-powered.
We'll just put you back down here.
Honorable mention to Josh,
He'll have to talk about it next week.
but you'll have to stick around to see what toys we bring out.
Oh,
next.
you never know.
Exactly.
I may bring out the killer.
So,
Oh boy.
I mean, if
I
he
may
does,
bring out old Bertha too, all 50
Ooh.
caliber of black
Mm.
powder. Beauty.
if we
And
bring it
Wally
out,
might be purchasing a new toy.
if we're bringing out
Ooh.
Berthas, then I'm gonna have to bring Bertha upstairs.
Oh yes, you'll have to bring Bertha upstairs.
Yes, you will.
So stick around.
He'll throw his
And
back
find
out,
out.
doing it. But
Be
he'll
sure
bring it
to
upstairs.
stick around to find out. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. We look forward to having you all again next week. Same time, same place. Bill of Rights Networks, Second Amendment Ranch. We look forward to seeing you. Don't forget to check out Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal. It's definitely not normal. And
No, it's not.
that's one of those weird shows where we get off track and we've got to find the track at some point in time down the line.
Oh, and we do these things.
Yeah, we play with those. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you again, and hopefully we can have more fun and more toys to play with. As always, I'm Cameron,
And I'm Carl.
And I'm Wally.
and this is a Second Amendment Ranch. Y'all have a good night.